Hey everybody, we are live today. Today is day 10 of 30 days going live on Facebook for my Entrepreneur Diaries. And, to give you guys a little feedback on what I'm doing, I decided to go live every day for 30 days on my Facebook page because number one, it makes me very uncomfortable. I'm much more prone to going live in communities on Facebook that I'm working with, but my personal page is not something that really gets me going. So I knew that's another reason I needed to do it, and also because it forces me to really think each day on how I can best produce content to help you guys, to help everybody out, and to help motivate you to consider doing something that you're passionate about, which is what I'm doing. So for those that don't know me, I'm Jen Newland, and I'm a women's business career strategist. So what I do is I work with women that are currently in a 9-to-5, and I help them create their side hustle and or leave their full-time job so that you guys can go out and do it on your own. And it's something I'm passionate about, and I just love helping women. The women that I work with right now, they have this drive, and they know that there's something bigger out there for them, and they're willing to make themselves uncomfortable to do it. So that brings me today. I was trying to think, what do I want to talk to you guys about today? My energy was a little bit lower today, so I considered not doing it, but again, I told you I would, so I'm here. And I sat down, I'm reading, as you probably know, I've been talking about it a lot. I've been waiting for Jen Sincero's Making Money, How to Be a Badass at Making Money book to come out, and it's out. And so I've been diving deep into it. And the very beginning talks a lot about our money mindset. So before we can even consider ways to make money, we've got to realize how it is that we feel about money, because our emotions trigger our behaviors, which trigger the actions that are reciprocated to us. So if we do not have the right money mindset, if we are not thinking about money the way we should be, then we're never going to be open for new opportunities. So some things I want you guys to kind of think about here is when it comes to your attitude about money. Can you imagine yourself right now? Can you imagine yourself making an extra $5,000 or $10,000 a month? I mean, whatever's relative to you. So maybe that's not that much to you, but whatever is a lot to you. So say I told you right now, you can make an extra $10,000 this month. Would you believe me? Would you believe me? Yeah? No? No. You have to, that's the first step. You have to truly believe that. So how do we get to that point where we believe that? And it starts with the reasons why we don't believe it. A lot of people grew up in a family that maybe their parents struggled financially, and they just intrinsically were taught that this is just how life is. So your money mindset is that you just live within your means, and that this isn't something that you'll ever have because your family's never had it. So you automatically project that onto the universe, that you are not capable of making that kind of extra money. It might be that you grew up maybe always struggling with money. You watched your parents struggle, and there was a paradigm shared with you that you shouldn't make money because people that make a lot of money are selfish, or maybe people that are rich are assholes, or whatever your thoughts are about people that do have money. You might even not realize it, but you might think bad of those people. So if you think that people that make money, people that are rich, are assholes, then of course you're not going to want to, even if it's intrinsically, you're not going to want to try to make money because you don't want to be that person. So think about it that way. And then just realizing that, are you one of those people that just always live within your means? And it's true, whatever you think is what's going to happen. So ask yourself this: have you always lived within your means? Do you find it odd that you always seem to have just enough, not a lot of extra, not too little, just enough? And as your life changes, and as your bills change, and as your jobs and careers change, you tend to make exactly what you need. And it's always going to be that way. If you don't change your money mindset, you're going to always spend exactly what you make. So you might go and get a $10,000 a year raise, and to you that's like super exciting because you think, wow, I'm making, what is that, like an extra $500 a month minus taxes and all that. So let's just say it's extra $500 a month, and you think $500 a month, that's a lot of extra money. I'm so excited. But do you realize that quickly that extra $500 a month, it like totally disappears after a few months? You spend that $500 extra a month as though you're making like 10 grand extra a month, and it's gone. So then you reel in your spending again and you're back to where you were. You always spend what you make. So we have to stop, we have to get out of that mindset. You have to stop thinking I only need what I have to have. If you want to make extra money, you have to change your mindset, and that's what this book is all about. You have to change your mindset to think bigger and better, because that's what's going to, it's if you build it, they will come. But if you always think just what you need, and that was my problem. I didn't grow up with a bad feeling towards money. My parents aren't rich. My parents have always been middle class, and we've always never wanted for anything, but it was just very average. And I know for a fact I live the same way that my parents lived. I raised my kids the same way. They don't want for anything, but we don't do anything exciting. We're not going on European vacations or anything. So it's not, it's my money mindset is that you just do with what you've got and you don't need anything more than that. So I'm going to always be that person that only spends what she makes. And if I got a $50,000 a year raise right now, I would adjust my lifestyle to only spend whatever that amount was. And it's a very slow road to getting there. That's my money mindset. So think about what yours is. Do you believe that you're capable of making more? Have you ever imagined what it's like to make an extra, whatever you're making now, add another 10K a month to it? And one thing that's really important that you do is, actually two things, same line though. You should create, if you have a budget, most of us work off of a budget, you should create your budget, like do a play budget that has you making what you dream to make. So do your budget as though what you make now and add an extra 10K a month. And then what does that budget look like? How much do you pay towards this card? How much do you get to pay off your student loan each month? And work it out, because you have to project that out there. That's part of changing your mindset. If you start always looking at the new budget of you making, 10K months, then your neuroplasticity is going to start projecting those actions, and it's going to start happening. But you have to think with that money. Another thing you can do is right now, if you have a credit card or a student loan that you want to pay off, write a check right now for the full amount. Say it's $15,000.02. Write a check for $15,000.02 and put it on your fridge and look at it every day. You have to start knowing what that feels like. It's like they say, if you want to be a manager, if you're an employee and you want a promotion to manager, what do they tell you? They tell you to start wearing that hat. Start pretending like you are a manager. Wear the hat of a manager. Because when you wear that hat, your actions start taking on the actions of what you would do if you were the manager, what you would do if you were in that position, and you start playing that role. It's the same, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So if you start dressing for that job and you start playing that role, same thing with making money. If you start playing the role of being able to send that check in for real one day, your actions are going to start having an impact on the universe, and I swear it will happen. But you have to believe in it. There's a big piece of having faith in it. And that's something that we just don't believe. We don't believe that we are capable of making more money. And that's what's unfortunate.